You're broke. No job, no girl, no friends, my nigga. Just you, your hand, and a box of tissue fighting for its life right now. Then out of nowhere, the 3 a.m. motivation hits. I gotta get rich, my nigga. Money in my ass. So you go on YouTube, type in how to make money online, and boom, a handsome, sexy, light-skinned, well-spoken man pops up on your screen. That's me, you feel me? Alright, so boom, YouTube, it's your favorite guru from T-Boon. Now look, I know a lot of y'all boys don't just have a lot of bread in y'all pockets, and I understand it. So I'm going to be telling y'all how you can turn $100 into $1,000, into $10,000, into nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how you can flip $100 into $1,000 and continuously stack it. I'm gonna give you the tools that you need. I'm gonna give you the strategy that you need, and I'm gonna give you the trading plan that you need to do this in just a few months. All right, so yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let's get into the tools that y'all boys will be needing. Now, there are 3 things that you really most definitely need in order to become a decent trader and actually start. Now, the first thing is prop firms. Now, let's talk about prop firms right here. So, boom, we got my top 3 prop firms for starting off with cheap. Now, things is Top Step. Yeah, I know Top Step is actually $200. Yeah, I know, boo, boo, boo. But the thing is, you can make the most from Top Step with these, so that's why I included this one. But and it's a well-known company, so if you do have an extra $100 and you want to go in with Top Step because you can get paid out more, then go with them. They have a max payout of $5,000. These other accounts, My Funded Futures have their flex add-on. Well, let's just get into it. Let's just compare these 3, okay? Starting off, my personal pick will be My Funded Futures. My personal pick would be My Funded Futures, and the reason I would pick My Funded Futures is because this one right here, if we could draw, this little bad boy right here starts off at, or this little bad boy right here, this one starts off at $77, right? $77. That bad boy starts off at $77, right? So this is the cheapest one that you can get. And with their new flex add-on, if you do this right, if you do end up trading correctly, right, you can actually flip this $77 into 3K. All right. And that's the main thing you want to be looking for. You want to see how much you can be getting back from how much you invested from, right? So compared to all of these, right, with the Top Step, you make $200, you pay $200 and you can get $5,000. That still doesn't compare to this $77 one, not even $100 full dollars yet, and you can still make 3K with their flex add-on. Now, Top Step, we already discussed this one. Top Step, you can make with Top Step, you can end up paying $200 to make 5K, right? Which isn't bad. Like their ratio isn't just terrible. You feel me? Let me actually draw this out. Their ratio isn't too terrible. Now, the worst one right now, and the only reason My Funded Futures is beating Alpha Futures right now is because of their deal that they have going on. They have the flex add-on that they got going. But Alpha Futures is exactly $100. Well, $9.99 or $99. Yeah, $99. We just gonna say $100. This is exactly $100, and I'm pretty sure the max payout you can get with this one is 3K. Okay, you can, no, not 3K. I'm bugging. It's 1.3K. 1.3K. I'm pretty sure it's 1.3K is the max you can get from Alpha Futures. Okay, so now that we got all of the ratios and stuff like that mixed up, we could compare these, right? Obviously, our best option and the one we should go with is My Funded Futures. If you want to try the other ones, you can. Now, let's compare the rules. I'm going to tell you why you want to choose My Funded Futures, in my opinion. If you don't want to do that and you want to go with Top Step, you want to go with this one, makes sense. Alpha Futures is just here when I say you should look into this one once My Funded Futures deal in. So once this deal in, probably look into that one. But My Funded Futures rules do end up beating Alpha Futures rules. So let's get into them right quick. So to break down these rules, everybody knows about the end of the day drawdown. They all have end of day drawdown, which is really good. You don't have the weird intraday trailing drawdown like you do in take profit, which is unrealistic, but it's understandable because they have the best payout system, so they want you to lose as much as possible. But they all have end of day drawdown. The only thing is, alpha futures, after you pass the funded account, you then have a consistency rule of 40%, right? My funded futures and Top Step don't have that. They only have the 50% consistency rule within the eval, which is understandable. But alpha futures, once you do pass the account, which you can pass the account in one day, and you can be instantly, because they instantly give you your account after you pass. So you can pass the account in one day and instantly start trying to make money. But the thing is, once you do get to that funded account, on their zero account, make sure y'all are choosing the zero account. My bad, the alpha zero account. Once you do get the alpha zero account and you pass it, you then have a 40% consistency rule, so you have to worry about that. So sometimes when you get a payout, if you went over that 40% consistency rule, it just won't work out like you want it to. You probably won't get a payout. You probably have to trade an extra 2 days or so, and I just don't like dealing with that. That's why I say my funded futures is better. Because even though without the Flex account, you're still not getting the whole 300. Because without the Flex account, you're only getting $8,000, right? 1K. You're only getting 1K from them, right? Which is still good because you're doubling your bread. You're starting off with $77 and flipping this into $1,000, right? So that's still really good. But you do get more with your money if you want to deal with their rules, right? With Alpha Futures rule, you do get more with your money. Now, Top Step, this is an own category. What I do like about Top Step is once you do get a payout, you can then begin to, they make it extremely easy, and Alpha Futures as well, but Top Step really invented this thing where you can copy trade. So this 5K payout, if you get 5 accounts, you then end up making 25K once you get that. So that's why, a lot of people choose Top Step, because it's super easy to trade, especially with their copy trader. You can turn a $5,000 month into a $25,000 month with 5 different accounts, because that's the max payout you can get. So that's what makes Top Step special. Now, Alpha Futures, what makes them special is because, like I said, you could get on, make $3,000 and instantly start getting funded, right? You know what I'm saying? You could pass the account within 1 day and instantly start making money. And plus, all of the bread that you get on the funded account, not all of it, but you don't have to worry about a buffer. Every other account, like my funded futures, you got to get over the $52,000 buffer. Top Step, you don't, but you have to wait the 5 days to get over the buffer, and you can get half of it and stuff like that. But Alpha Futures, you could literally just start making that money, and if you pass the 40%, or you are within the 40% consistency rule, you can take out half of your profits, and you don't have to worry about going over the buffer. So as soon as you get in, you basically are making money already. So that's what makes Alpha Futures stand out compared to these two. Now, with these rules, it is up to you to decide which one you want. Me personally, I'm gonna go with my funded futures, and the reason I'm going to do that is because of you don't have a consistency rule inside of the actual funded account. And once we get our payout, which we're going to be talking about the trading plan next. Once we get our payout, we can now go into making more money than all of these companies combined. My Family Futures is really slept on. I'm not even sponsored by these niggas. I'm just putting y'all niggas on. So let's get into it. Alrighty, boys. Now let's get into our trading plan. Okay, so what do I mean by trading plan? This is how you're going to trade. The type of trades, the risk to reward ratio, or whatever you want to call it, how I'm going to take that and how I'm going to get my payout, and what I'm going to do with my payout afterwards, right? It's very, very simple. You don't have to worry about overthinking this, because I'm going to break everything down for you. You just have to follow this and implement it into your own trading plan. So let's first get into it. Now, we have the eval, which we usually skip the eval phase with the trading plan, because when you get the eval, a lot of y'all tend to stay on the eval for a long time, and that's completely freaking wrong. You don't want to do that, right? Whereas you don't want to do this, right? You don't want to stay on the eval for too long because you're not making any money with it. So my first thing when I get my payout, when I get my funding account, is I look for really good trades, and I want to go for $1,500 because my funded futures has a 50% consistency rule, right? So let's move this over to the middle. So what I want to do is look for really good trades and risk heavy. Like go for, risking like $500 to $700, trying to make $1,500. So I can pass this account within 2 days. So main thing, pass the account within, let's say, 2 to 5 days, trading days, right? Now, and like I said, the reason you want to do this is because the eval does not make you any money, right? You're not making any bread from this eval. So you do not want to be stuck on this and be getting stuck in eval jail because you're not making any bread, right? So you're not going to be making any money. You want to get to making money as soon and as quick as possible, right? Now, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, once you do get the eval, so that'll be the first thing. So now, once you are inside of the once you are inside of the funded account, now what do you want to do when you're in the funded account? You want to, the first 2 days, first 2 to 3 days, you want to be building, I spelled that wrong, a buffer, right? So what does that mean? Okay, like I said, or you want to be getting above the buffer. You want to be trying to edge your way into profitability, right? So you don't want to be taking the same reckless trades you would in the eval. Now you want to slow down. You want to go to like 5 micros, something like that. If you do take a trade, you probably taking one trade a day. Or no, not one trade a day. You want to take little wins, but as many trades as possible. So you want to scout, basically, like taking quick $200 to $500 profits. That way you can build your account. So the main thing is to be building a buffer. You want to be taking and trying to make $200 to $500 per trade, right? Per trade. And if you do this enough times, right? So if you're trading multiple times out the day, which you want to be trading multiple times out the day, looking for really good quick trades. If you do this like a good 3 to 4 times, let's say you make 200 4 times, that's 200 times 4, $800. Why did I have to calculate that? I'm getting dumb. But yeah, though, so you're making, anywhere from $800 to $2,000 within that day, right? So this is what I'll be going for. You can be trading with 5 micros. You can trade with 1 mini if you need to, and just go for quick 1-to-1 trades in and out the just to build you a buffer. And the reason you want to do this is because not only does it give you wiggle room once you get inside of the account to do whatever you want to, but this allows you to get past and get away from that buffer and get quicker. This is the most secure way to getting a payout, right? Because once you get to the 52K in the My Funded Futures account, so you got to get the 52K. Anything after this 52K is yours, right? Hold on, dang it. Hold on, my bad. Yeah, there we go, 52K. Anything after the 52K is yours, right? So all of the money you make past that, well, not all of it, because you can only get $1,000 to $3,000, but most of the money you make after this, you can withdraw, right? So your main thing is the hardest thing for a lot of traders is to build a buffer and stick and be consistent, because they want to instantly start making money. They want to instantly try to, go in for 1 mini and then hold this mini all day, and then now they lose this, and now they're down $500 in their account. You feel me? And now you're trying to get out of drawdown, and you have just lost a trading day where you could have been up if you would have just took a smaller trade right here instead of going for a larger trade. So the main thing is try to build an account, get you a good win. The first thing you want to do is get you a really good win once you first get in. So this helps your mental, because once you lose at that first time, and I promise you, once you get you a funded account and the first trade you take is a L, it will haunt you. It will haunt you like, dang, dude, I really just lost. Now I might lose this account. So the main thing you want to do is get you a real small win and keep building that buffer for the day, right? Then once you do that, you want to go to a 50, get above 52K. And after this, I say, add more room. Add more contracts. Go scale up a little bit. Go for a little bit more bigger wins and stuff like that. So now you want to go from 200 to 500. Now you want to go to 500 to a band. Okay. And once you get these, you feel me? Since there is no consistency rule, you don't have to worry about how much you make in a day. Once you get above this buffer, like say you in the third day, you're already at 53,500. Now I would say trade however you would like. You feel me? Don't just be going and taking no dumb trades, but consistently build your account up. So once you do get a payout, you will still have buffer to go back to, right? Because the main thing is once you still going to keep the account after you get your payout. So you want to keep as much bread within this account. So I say at least end the account. Try to end it around 54K to 55K once you get your payout, right? That's why I would say try to end it, but if you don't, it's okay. It's understandable, right? So next, once you get this 54, once you get to whatever your buffer is, you want to withdraw anything from 500 to $1,000, right? 1K. Or if you got the flex add-on, if you end up getting your account to 58,000, you can pull out 3K, so you can get you a $3,000 pull out now or payout now. So depending on which account you end up getting or end up securing, you can get one of these payouts. Now with all of these payouts, the reason you want at least 500, right, to start with is because you can pay yourself. So let's talk about you can pay yourself. Pay what the world? What is going on with this thing? There you go. Pay yourself. Or you can pay yourself and you can buy another account. That's the main thing. And this is where the scalability comes in, right? You want to get you another account. Right now, let's go to My Funded Futures real quick. Okay, we're in My Funded Futures right now. As y'all can see, we're in this I'll have the evaluation going right now as we speak. But let's go to start the challenge. And the thing is, this is the $77 one right here, which is if you have a code, you can put the discount code. I typically use E-Man. I use his code, take out like $5 or whatever. It's because I don't have my own. I might make my own, whatever. You know, it don't really matter. And you can add the Flex add-on. You see, request up to 50% of the profit generated in the self-funded account up to $3,000 per cycle. So you can see, you can get you this account and get you a $3,000 payout. But after you get your payout, you then want to proceed and get you a pro plan. You want to get you a pro plan for $227. Now, why do you want you a pro plan? The pro plan allows you to make however much up to 100K within a payout. It takes 14 days. Don't get me wrong. This is a tedious journey, but once you get to the end of this journey, you can make however much. You can, if you had 30K in the past 2 weeks, that $30,000 is your money. Right now, imagine they just recently updated it to where you can have 5 of these accounts, right? So you only need, and you can withdraw all this bread after the buffer. You can withdraw all of this money that you have in this account, which is really good, really freaking stinking good, man. You can take out, let's say you end up making get a 20K payout, because a lot of people get 20K payouts or get 20K on the account, but they can't withdraw it because they can only pull out half, or with My Funded Futures, you can pull out the whole freaking shebang. So if you get 20K on here, or you make, let's just say 10, you get $10,000 on here, you make 10K, you can pull out 5. Once you start building and scaling your accounts up, now you have a $50,000 payout. You just made 50K within 1 month. 1 month. You get what I'm saying? And it's all started from $100 freaking $77 to be exact. If you use the code $75, from $75 all the way up to $50,000 in your freaking pocket. The whole shebang. Even if you make more, you feel me? Even more bread up for you. So yeah, man. I just wanna. That's why I brought this trading plan to y'all, because it's very useful. Now let's get into the actual trading strategy. Let's go. Alrighty, boys. Now we are on TradingView, as y'all boys can see here. We got a bunch of charts and lines. Now the main thing here is you All you really need to understand this strategy that I use, support and resistance and breakout, right? It's that simple. All trading strategies mainly use this as well. So let's get into this strat, right? First thing, where did my mouse go? Okay, here we go. Now, first thing I usually do is I drag. I get this thing called the fixed range volume profile tool. Y'all know I trade order flow. And I got multiple videos about my strategy on my YouTube, so I'm not going to go too in depth on it here. I'm just going to go do a quick little synopsis of it. What I usually do, get this fixed range tool, get it right here, drag it from Asia all the way to London session. Asia is this red box, and London is this purple box right here. If you don't have this indicator, you can just mark at the times, or the indicator is called Market Profile by Joshua, and here it go right here. You can take a screenshot if you need to. So why is this level, why is this important? Now, the main thing, the reason I have this is because this gets my levels, right? This gives me my levels. This tells me where we're most likely going to come chop it, or we're going to come and reject off of, where I should be looking for to enter my trades and stuff like that. It's a really good entry model. It just gives me a story, right? And so as you can see, this level worked out amazing, and we should have known that this level was going to work out, because if we look over to our left, this is also a previous low, and we continuously chopped on this previous low. So this is just our normal power of 3. Right here we ended up sweeping liquidity. If we go to like the 1 hour, see, we ended up coming through, grabbing liquidity right here as well. Then we ended up putting in a inverse fair value gap right here, right? Put in the inverse fair value gap, inverse that, and continue to climb up higher. Right now you want to look for, where do I get in? Because we go back in time, right? If we go back in time, this is what the charts will look like for you, right? This is what they will look like for you. Of course, we're printing out bullish price action right now. Ended up coming above this volume profile right here. I mean, this point of control, and we displaced off of it pretty well. You can actually enter in for buys right here, or get when it enters above that this high right here. You could have entered in for buys right here as well. Let me go back in time so I can show you what I mean. Once you get above this high, you can enter in for buys right here as well, right? And as you can see, ended up playing out pretty well. But the main thing I use is this low right here, right? Or this high. These highs and these lows, these are my levels. I want to see rejections, displacement, acceptance, whatever it is, right? It's the main thing I like to see, especially if we're bullish right here. If we're pushing upwards like this, what I want to see is us, like how we had this. We came through, came back to the point of control, used the point of control as support, and continue up. Now, once we got up here, we're going to see chop like this, right? Once we get to this value area high. But the main thing you want to see is if we break through it with speed, once we do break through it, and if we come back to it and we don't displace it, right? Since we're bullish, we don't want to come back into this range and start printing down lower, right? Because that means we rejected off of this high, and more than likely we're going to continue downwards. But we want to see us reject off of it and then push up higher like that. This is the main thing I'm looking for on these days, and vice versa for the downtrend. What we want to see is, if we are in a downtrend, we want to see it come back up here, reject off of it, and push back down. That's simple, right? Once we got that, we end up getting that right here. You could have caught buys. You want to catch buys on the breakout, so I'll really wait till we take Asia highs. You get what I'm saying? Or once we pull back, because we are printing out bullish price action. As you can see, let's put our thing at 700. Let's put a buy limit at 700, because we can see this is a psychological number. And yeah, let's see what we do. We got tapped in right there, and we instantly printed outwards. And if you would have had a 20-point stop, you would have been clean. And that's $3,000 right there. You know what I'm saying? And we end up taking out Asia highs, take out that trade just like that. This is the most simple and broke down way for my strategy. Like I said, I teach my students. My students know the strategy have known the strategy for a minute now, but it is on my YouTube for free. But if you want to learn from me personally, it's in the link in bio, man. That is going to be all for today. If y'all boys got any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I love y'all. Catch y'all in another video. Peace out.